Okay, we now start with your IELTS speaking test. Do you work or are you a student?
No, I'm a working woman.
Okay, are you ready to take your IELTS speaking test?
Yes, I am.
Alright, let's take a start. How many hours do you sleep every night?
Well, I usually sleep 8 to 9 hours every night because I have to get up early in the morning and I sleep at 12 o'clock, so it takes 8 to 9 hours
Okay.
a day.
Do you think it is good to have a nap during the day?
Well, it certainly is good, but as I'm a working woman, I do not get much time to take a nap in between the working hours, so I do not take naps, but it's certainly a good thing.
Okay. Do you think old people need more sleep than young people?
Well, according to some research, I would say that the older people needs more sleep to stay healthy because of their age and older issues. But I don't think so. This is biased on some research. So uh, both generations can take as many time of sleep as they want.
Okay. Have your sleeping habits changed since you were younger?
Yes. In the childhood, in the past, I used to sleep like 10 to 11 hours, and then when I grow up and I go to college, universities, the sleeping time got less. But now, as I'm a working woman, so it certainly I find very less time to sleep because of the hectic routines and some other daily errands that I have to do. So
Okay. Do you find it easy to leave the bed in the morning?
I find it's very hard, especially in the winters when I have to get up early in the morning and just I have to catch the bus. So it's uh, it felt very bad to get up early in the morning.
Okay, all right. We now move on to IELTS speaking part 2. And this is your topic here. And you have 1 minute time to read the topic and jot down some notes. Okay, you now have to speak on this topic for 1 to 2 minutes.
All right. Well, last weekend I went with my family to a city zoo in my hometown, and I felt shocked when I saw the pathetic condition of this remarkable piece of nature there, and there were uh, many kinds of pollution such as garbage everywhere, and there was so much crowd, and the poor maintenance make it horrible to just step in it. And there were the I think the main causes of the this pollution is that poor maintenance by the zoo authority. And even though government has allocated so much budget for the zoo maintenance, but they just did not apply or use it for such purposes. And there was just and the animals in the zoo are in just pathetic and poor conditions. They do not even have much supply of food to just make them active, or their conditions are very drastic and such very bad conditions for their lifestyle. And my family felt very bad about the conditions because there were some animals that were injured, there. And there was just some puppies around, and they were also just looking for the food. And the overall the complete maintenance is just lack uh, in the maintenance of the authority, and they just need to utilize that budget, and they need to maintain the overall situation of the zoo. Otherwise government or some other agencies would take some step on it.
Okay, all right. Now we move on to speaking part 3. Right. Why do people throw waste materials on roads?
Well, actually, it depends. Mostly unethical people, they just throw things on the road whenever they walk, or while even driving. During driving, they just throw some pieces of garbage outside the road, and it can be causes of lack of legislation enforcement in our country. That's the reason the people do such things.
Okay, how can the government encourage people to keep their city clean?
Well, there should be some advertisement display by the government, and at every corner of the street there should be some signs that tell people to not throw anything, and government should enforce some strict laws for this, so that people try to avoid such situations.
Okay, is it a good idea or a bad idea to establish limited factories in a city?
Well, in a city, I believe this is not a good idea, because as factories introduce some sort of smoke and some sort of unhealthy introduce some sort of unhealthy air into the environment, which can be the cause of many diseases in the city population. So government should enforce some regulations for such kind of factories, so that they can be constructed or developed outside the city.
Okay.
So people can feel healthy and safe in the city.
Good. What kinds of pollution are serious in your country?
The main pollution is the pollution, the traffic sources pollution. The main pollution is the traffic source. That is because there is a huge amount of traffic jam in my country, and the fuel running around the vehicles, that can cause the many diseases in the people. And there are some other pollutions as well. For example, there are very less trees in my country, and so air is not very dense.
Okay, all right. Overall, your speaking is good, but you need to overcome your tenses mistakes. Like sometimes in the past you are using present, and in present you are using past. So you should overcome these mistakes, but otherwise your answers are good. You answer according to the question, and there is another thing, there should be clarity in your answer. Like when I asked you the last question, what kinds of pollution, so I mean the answer was not clear. You are talking about traffic, but you could say environmental pollution.
Yes.
Right? So answers should be clear, and try to overcome grammatical mistakes as well. Thank you. All the best.